Thank you. We got you.
It is I, James Kalm, your half-assed report of the guy on the bike. And although YouTube tried to terminate me, we are back. We're gonna visit a two-part show, and we're gonna start out here at the VITO SCHNABEL Gallery in Chelsea. Special shout out to our friends in Texas, Buenos Aires, and on the Big Island in Hawaii. Stay tuned. We're going to look at a show by Trey Abdella, Under the Skin. This is Live, Laugh, Love. 2023 acrylic foam, epoxy, clay foam, aqua resin, hinges, magnetic latches on wood. $100 by $89. I was curious about seeing this show because I was out in my neighborhood in Brooklyn, running around in the evening, and I happened to pass by some studio spaces on Union Street, and the lights were on, and being the nosy person that I am, I pedaled over and stuck my nose in and saw somebody working on something that looked like a work of art. So of course I went over, schmoozed my way in, and asked them some questions. Well, the gentleman that was in there working, like 9:30 at night, told me that he was putting together some work for Trey, and that the show would be at the VITO SCHNABEL Gallery. And when I told him that I visited the SCHNABEL Gallery all the time, he was impressed. And I decided I had to come back and see this. This is titled Snow Day. Acrylic plastic, armature wire, epoxy clay resin, fake bird's nest, ventilation fans. Well, I can go back in the file about 6 months ago, and I think we were at 58 Walker Street, and we saw a Pope L and Gordon Motta Clark show there, and I think Pope L had a huge chamber with fans and plastic snow floating around inside. This is titled Through Your Eyes 2023 acrylic on shaped wood panel. Well, we like to stay abreast of what's being shown here at VITO space. So this is the front side. This is acrylic, foam, epoxy paste, resin, and LED lights on shaped wood panel. And okay, so well, Trey has got a lot of stuff going on there. We've got our kind of huge mask that's got beautiful, it's like lacquered spray paint surfaces on here. And then we've got a painting behind that. Something. .86 by 94 by 20, and it's suspended from the ceiling. Kind of makes me think of something you would see in a crazy funhouse display at the amusement park. Actually, I think maybe a funhouse display is not a bad characterization of a lot of this work. It's titled Slippery Slope 2023. Acrylic, urethane, glitter, fiberglass, and stuffed dolls. Okay, so we've got a painting in the back of a hand holding some kind of zircon ring or something. The dolls on one of those playground slides. It's 116.8 by 70 by 28 inches. Okay. Well, I would hazard a little critique here in that all these objects and things that he has in front of the paintings kind of detract. Time doesn't heal all wounds. 100 by 74. Okay, I think this is a better employment of the three-dimensional aspects. So you got some broken glass in there. There are at least a couple of people recently that have gotten a lot of attention because they're doing kind of three-dimensional painting things. I have to say, Trey does have a nice touch with the lacquered surfaces. Okay, we've got something spinning around there. Yeah, you do not want to be serving alcohol to people when they're standing around that. They don't want to fall under the spinning fan or whatever that is. It's your Betty Crocker cherry pie. It looks beautiful. Sealed with a kiss. I'm thinking that Trey may not be a city kid, although I guess they do have mosquitoes here in New York, but This is more like something you'd run into in the mountains or the hills of the West. The blood-sucking mosquito. This is 92 by 76. Okay, so we've got our little tubes going in and out. Okay, acrylic, epoxy, clay, metal, armature wire, resin, glass, water transfer pumps, red dye water on canvas wrapped panel. Well, Trey is a pretty good painter, and I like his scumbly buildups of his surfaces here. Okay, this is my favorite piece in the show. One summer, 2022. Acrylic, fake plants, resin, glitter, epoxy, clay, epoxy paste, fiberglass, PLA filament, and various found objects on wood panel. Okay, those guys look like the characters from, gosh, was it Stand By Me? The 1980s coming-of-age film. I'll read a little bit from the press release. VITO SCHNABEL Gallery is pleased to present Trey Abdella, Under the Skin, the gallery's debut exhibition with the Virginia-born artist, featuring 11 new works that bridge the mediums of painting, sculpture, assemblage, and sometimes introducing operating mechanical elements. Abdella's exhibition demonstrates his category-defying exploration of American culture and its collision of the familiar, the uncanny, the humorous, and the unsettling. A sly storyteller, Abdella cultivates a relatable nostalgia in his works, drawing upon life's wholesome trivialities and mundane aspects, electrifying them with a heightened sense of drama and dread. Trained as a painter, Trey Abdella muddies his hyper-realistic approach to painting imagery with compelling three-dimensional components that extend his canvases beyond the picture plane into a sculptural realm that combines found objects and the language of assemblage. Okay, so we've got our, looks like a trout breaking the water. We've got our chamber that is below water, the scruffy swamp stuff above water. (101 by 92 by 33). We've got some kind of underwater lizard with pearl eggs. 1988 fishing trophy. We'll go downstairs and see what's going on down there. This is titled Bad Luck. Acrylic two-way mirror, lenticular print, LED lights, and wood. 49 by 97. Home is where the heart is. 60 by 108. Well, there's a kind of poetic analogies with a lot of these pieces. Some humor. This makes me think a little bit of Duchamp's last piece, the Tête on Me, something like that. A little view of through the doors where you look down in a diorama, and there was a woman's legs sticking up with branches and things. Okay, we'll wrap up looking at this piece. It's titled 6 Feet Under. Except it's not 6 feet, it's 122 inches. Okay, so it's bright lights Friday night football game. Down beneath there we've got our gophers. Our roots, fungi, clay, some kind of dinosaur skull. So that was part one of Trey Abdella, Under the Skin, here at VITO SCHNABEL Gallery. We're going to roll on. Viewers, we're now on Walker Street. We're going to pick up on a show that we started on at the VITO SCHNABEL Gallery. So we're going to look at a Trey Abdella show here at the David Lewis Gallery. Stay tuned. Okay, and the title of the show is Under the Skin. Well, we're going to start out here looking at this piece titled Unconditional. Okay, this kind of looks like the large piece that Trey has got over at Vito's place in the front. Okay, let's see if we can get some dimensions here. Acrylic foam, epoxy clay, aqua resin, hinges, and metallic magnetic latches on. Ooh, this is 50 by 41 inches. And I imagine you could get up there and open all the little doors and something else would be exposed. Are viewers allowed to touch the doors and open them, or is that's not?
I can open them for you.
You can open them for me? Okay, well, we got the gallerist to open some doors for us, but she was too bashful to actually appear in here, which is fine. So I guess theoretically there's 31 doors, and she said that when the show opened, they started to open one of the doors for every day of the show. And okay, so I guess there is a painting of it's a chrysalis, and then as you open the doors, it exposes the butterfly. Okay, that's intriguing. Kind of makes me think of a Jasper Johns piece. Okay, now this is what we came here for. It's titled Under the Skin. And they're just calling this mixed media, TBC. Well, we were over at VITO's, but at this point it's probably about 3 weeks ago. And so we've gone through the Christmas and New Year's holiday. That's how long it took me before I was able to get back here. But yeah, I may have said this, that I was interested in seeing this piece because I was pedaling my bicycle around my neighborhood, and late at night, and I happened to see a door in a garage a couple of blocks away from me, and I snuck over and peeked in there, and there was a intent young artist that was working on something, and I looked and I said, gee, that looks like a work of art. He goes, yeah, I'm working on a piece for Trey Abdella, who's having his first show at VITO SCHNABEL. And then there was going to be a single piece here at the David Lewis Gallery, and that's it. So, okay, we're going to look, we've got our kind of HO scale world here, miniature trains and trees and rivers, Union Pacific. Well, I think Trey has got an interesting mashup here, so I wouldn't call this straight sculpture because you've got a lot of animated stuff going on and little things happening. There's a certain kind of painterly aspect to some of this. There's a lot of detail. Let's see what's inside the church. We can get in there. You've got these strange red plastic forms floating on there. They look like records from a 1960s jukebox display. Kind of our little idyllic American town. This reminds me of the opening scene of David Lynch's classic Blue Velvet, where the camera's running around glimpsing things in the town. A tragedy happens, and it starts to sink down through the grass, through the insects, into the dirt under the town. And we always wondered what's under the town. It's an appropriate title, Under the Skin. In case you ever wondered. Okay, the little bunnies are kind of creepy. Okay. Please do not touch. Okay, so I'm looking through the monitor, and it's very strange because I get a different picture. You just kind of see flashing lights there, but here in the gallery, it looks like Thumper, a little Disney cartoon rabbit. And then above, we've got something that looks like a giant blow-up of layers of skin. And there on the top, it looks like a mosquito or some kind of big bug. I used to know the names of all the layers of skin. We've got hair follicles and blood vessels. That looks like a little fat deposit. Okay, so and then we've got the miniature world, and then below that we've got our little tunnels under the earth with the rabbits. Well, one of my thoughts was that, okay, that's nice. We got a little ventricular print there. It's from the skeleton to the rabbit. Trey was a very ambitious and lucky artist in that he was able to get enough mojo behind him that he could have people working on his objects even for his first show here in New York. And I guess that says that somebody's got a lot of faith in him, and he's probably got a pretty substantial track record for producing some interesting and ambitious stuff. This has been James Kalm reporting on Trey Abdella. This is Under the Skin here at the David Lewis Gallery. You can like this, share, link it up to all your social media sites. You can talk about it. You can leave your thoughts, ideas, comments, criticisms, reviews, and suggestions below. I didn't really talk about this in this video, but I've been having some problems with YouTube, and I would like to thank Jerry Saltz personally for stepping in and getting a lot of attention to help me get my channel back. I'll probably talk more about this in a following episode. But this is James Kalm, and we always like to say at the end of these things, thank you, Kate.